How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Rangers Rundown. An exciting afternoon win for the Rangers, defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning for the second time in a row, taking 4 out of a possible 4 points out of these last 2 games. It was an exciting game, an exciting win, so let's talk about it. Lindgren, Rooney, and Panarin were all in COVID protocol today. Panarin was a last-second addition to the protocol pool, which just jumbled up the entire lineup. I had the lineup written down, and then I turn on the pregame. Panarin's out. Here's the new lineup, so I had to scratch out some names, write some new names down. Jones and Tim Gettinger doing their season debuts for the Rangers this afternoon. Both of them played respectfully well. So, Kreider, Zibanejad, Kakko, first line isn't touched. Lafreniere and Gaudreau move up to the second line with Strome. Hunt moves down to the third line with Hedl and Gauthier, and Gettinger fills in for Gaudreau on the fourth line with McKegg and Reeves. Miller-Trouba is the first pair, Hayek-Fox the second, and Jones-Lundqvist, that very young but very skilled bottom pair for the Rangers. Georgiev was slotted to start, and I'm sure that if Panarin was in the lineup, he would have started. But I think with the news of Panarin going out of the lineup and just a lot of fresh faces kind of jumbled around, I think they gave Shesterkin the go. Let's see if we can solidify this win, and then tomorrow night we should expect Georgiev against the Oilers when the Oilers come to MSG tomorrow night. So, first period, just over a minute in, Gaudreau rips one right off the post. He is picking up right where he left off 2 days ago against Tampa Bay. First line has a great shift. Point welcomes Jones back to the NHL with a very good move to get right past him. 5:49, Shesterkin's helmet is knocked off in the crease, but he's okay. Gaudreau has a big block right after that. And then at 7:23, Sergachev takes a hooking penalty. And then 21 seconds later, Zibanejad would score his first power play goal of the game. He just rips it from the top of the circle, and it goes into the back of the net. Rangers are up 1-0. Tampa Bay in the offensive zone for the next minute following that goal. Tampa Bay is a team where when you score on them, they charge back with a fury as soon as the game starts. As soon as that next face-off is had after the goal, they just go right into your offensive zone. Zibanejad almost bats in a rebound, baseball style, which would have been amazing. Shesterkin gets caught behind his net. There was a Tampa Bay player there, but Hayek was also back there. And then after the play is stopped with a whistle, Hayek comes over to Shesterkin. Shesterkin looks like he's yelling at him, and Hayek is going, "Yo, I'm sorry." So I think Hayek made a whoopsie behind the net and prevented Shesterkin from coming back in front. So we're already kind of rough on Hayek, so that's all I'll say about that. 11:17, Strome comes together with Ruda, and they both get offsetting roughing minors, so we play 4-on-4 hockey until Stamkos takes a high sticking penalty at 12:29, which gives the Rangers a 4-on-3 power play for 48 seconds, and Zibanejad says, "Thank you very much." And 8 seconds into that 4-on-3, he scores his second power play goal of the game and of the period. It was an attempted pass that goes off of who other than Ryan McDonagh's stick. So McDonagh, again, scoring another goal as a member of the Rangers to help Zibanejad out with a second goal. Trouba, big open hit on Joseph, so he's going to make you pay for it in the neutral zone. If you have your head down, Trouba's gonna put you on your butt. 14:53, Strome scores a goal, putting the Rangers up 3-0, 15 minutes into the game. There's a beautiful pass from Gaudreau. Strome puts it right in the net. 2:45 left. Strome almost bats it in. So if the stars super aligned for the Rangers, they could have been up 5-0 at the end of this first period, which just would have, even a team like Tampa Bay, it is hard to come back from 5 goals down. I say that as the Hurricanes did that last night against the Blue Jackets, but if you're not Carolina, it is hard to come back from 5 goals down. They were down 4 goals, but still 7 unanswered goals for Carolina last night. 18:03, Strome takes a slashing penalty. Rangers, their penalty kill is 5th in the NHL, and it's much better after this, I'm sure, because they killed off 2 penalties today. Shesterkin, a couple of fantastic saves on this first penalty kill. I think Tampa Bay had 6 shots on goal this first power play that they had, and Shesterkin stopped them all. He was playing out of his mind. Shots 18-10 for Tampa Bay at the end of the first period. Second period starts. Tampa Bay has 3 seconds of power play time, but nothing happens for them. Great early pressure for the Rangers. Killorn and Trouba come together after Trouba kind of knocks him down. You can make the argument that it was a little slew footy on Trouba's part. I'm not going to make that argument because I'm a Rangers fan, but I'm sure other people will, especially if they're Tampa Bay fans. But that's all I'll say about that. Game plays on. 5 minutes in, the Rangers just fighting off a very strong and very fast Tampa Bay team, but Shesterkin coming up strong. Most of the second period belonged to Tampa Bay offensively, but considering the lineup the Rangers had today, I think they played pretty well defensively. Halfway through, Tampa Bay continuing to turn up the heat, but Rangers playing well, keeping them from generating too many grade A chances. Tampa had a lot of shots, a lot of attempted shots, but not too many grade A chances. The Rangers were pretty good at keeping those really, really grade A chances away from Tampa. Hunt has a partial breakaway partway through that second period. 11-12, Sergachev goes to the locker room for the Lightning, but he would return for the third period. Stamkos goes flying twice in one shift. It was weird. He and Hayek both went for the puck at the same time. Stamkos ends up upending himself over the back of Hayek. And then near the net, he goes flying again. His legs come up in the air. So I don't know what Stamkos was doing. 5 minutes left. Zibanejad just pure muscles his way into the offensive zone for a chance for Kakko. Second line gets pressure, so first line gets a chance, second line gets some pressure. Rangers pushing back end of the second period. And then at 16:57, Zibanejad would score his hat-trick goal. His 8th in his career, 7th with the Rangers, his first one with Ottawa. There was discussion after the goal went in about whether or not Zibanejad high-sticked it, and if you watch the replay, the puck does pop up, and he is bent over, and he bats the puck down to keep it in the offensive zone, gets to Kreider, he gets it back to Zibanejad, who pots it in. It was really hard to tell whether or not it was high-sticked, because they're not debating whether or not it was high-sticked into the net, because if that was the case, they would go by the crossbar, but since it's not high-sticking a goal, it's just high-sticking, you go by the player's shoulders, and he was bent over, so it was hard to tell. The call on the ice was a goal, and the ref even waved off the high-sticking. So you need to be 100% sure that was high-sticking in order to overturn it. They couldn't, so the call is confirmed. It's a good goal, hat trick for Zibanejad, and Tampa Bay gets penalized. So also at 6:57, Tampa Bay gets a penalty for a lost challenge. Rangers had a couple of chances on that power play, but it effectively would not succeed. End of the second, shots 11-9 in favor of Tampa Bay, so getting the shots closer together. Tampa still leading, though. Tampa led for the... Rangers had a little bit of pressure at the beginning of the period, but the middle, probably 12 minutes, was pretty much all Tampa Bay, and then Rangers came back at the end of the period. Third period, Sergachev is back. Like I said, 2 minutes in, Fox, great play to break up a 2-on-1 between Maroon and Perry. 5 minutes in, Rangers playing well defensively. Shots only 1-0 in favor of Tampa. But I don't think the Rangers cared. By the end of this period, Rangers only had 2 shots. But I don't think they cared because they were just playing, let's close this down. Let's not make stupid plays to try and drive a lot of offense. Let's just shut down Tampa and go home with a win, and that's exactly what they did. 7:39, Trouba takes a hooking penalty. A big save knocks the stick out of Shesterkin's hands, but he is okay. 12 minutes in, shot 7-0 in favor of Tampa Bay. Tampa had 9 shots in the third period, 7 of them coming in the first 12 minutes. Rangers had 2 shots on goal towards the end of this period. 14-11, Gauthier has a breakaway, which was one of the Rangers' shots, but it wouldn't go through. 3 minutes left, Hedl and Gauthier almost connect for a look, but the Rangers end up closing it out, getting Shesterkin his 4th career shutout, 2nd of this season, and putting the Rangers up to 21-8-4 for the season. They are 3-1-1 in their last 5 games, so they are turning it around from their previous kind of right before this kind of 2-week break slew of losses. They are starting to turn that back around. 3-1-1 in their last 5, 21-8-4 for the season. Shots 9-2 in that period. Stats for the game, 21-38 in favor of shots for Tampa Bay. Face-off 60.4%. Zibanejad had a hat trick, and I think he won 12 out of 17 face-offs, something like that. He played a phenomenal game all around. His best game of the season by far. Hopefully this pushes forward. Power play 2 for 3. So Rangers special teams, both power play and penalty kills, still white hot. Top 5 in the league, I'm sure. Hits 23-33 in favor of Tampa Bay, but blocks 18-3 in favor of the Rangers. They've really helped Shesterkin out, blocking a lot of shots. Tampa Bay had 38 shots. I'm sure their attempted shots were in the 50s. But 18 of those were blocked by the Rangers. So very good job supporting Shesterkin in this win. The trivia question of the afternoon. Shesterkin got his 40th win last game in his 67th appearance. Who was the first Rangers goalie to do that same exact thing? And it's not Lundqvist. Don't worry, it's not Lundqvist. It is, and let's see if I pronounce this correctly, Gilles Villemur, something, a very French name. He was 40, 15, and 10 in his first 67 appearances. So good for him. Shesterkin right there in some pretty good company. Rangers are back in action tomorrow night at home against an Oilers team that has been struggling lately. We can assume that Georgiev will be in net. The last time these two teams played, Georgiev was in net where they lost in overtime 6-5. So who knows? Hopefully Lindgren is back for that game tomorrow, but that remains to be seen. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.